Broadcasting from Mabula, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show. LTL editorial news for October 20th, 2009. Yes, the title is Scams and Fraud. Scams and Fraud. Already we talked about President Karzai in Afghanistan. He's going to have a runoff November 7th. Time for you to pay the piper, baby. The Taliban is not going to get involved. They should not. They should take the election to people's homes so they can safely vote. And then they don't have to worry about coming out. Just stay there. Then you can wash your hands and everything. So when you come out the next day or two, you know, they're going to check and see if you voted. Then your hands are clean and say, did he vote? He may have said no. There you go. Boom. That'll be a nice scam. But anyway, in a legal way. But anyway, also LTL educational news, which we talked about the scam that everybody's talking about in the U.S. Is it the worst? Well, you got every other scam that came about. Would that be considered the worst? About the 6-year-old boy and the parents calling law enforcement saying the boy was in a balloon, knowing that the 6-year-old boy can untie the balloon and hide in the attic. Was that the worst? Huh? And then compared to Enron, the big boys, you know, that's a little fish in the big ocean there. You think that scams? They all scams. But also, now educational news, LTL educational news, is really going to bring you the biggest scam in the U.S. The biggest scam in the U.S. but also in the world. Of course. Let me just bring it up. Yes. Better known as educational institutions. Yes, educational institutions. Okay, just thinking about it. I know the young people want to go to school, you know, go to college, go to universities. Yes, and either go to programs like ITT, DeBry, University of Phoenix, go online, and then here they are. They get books that was really not, you know, in good condition, used condition, charge bigger price, but thinking that, you know, you're going to have a super genius instructor that going to elaborate a super lecture on different things and courses that are going to blow their minds. Yeah, blow their pockets. That's what it does, because it set it up for educational loans. Yeah, unless you got a scholarship. Now, I mean, you can get a basketball scholarship, you know, athlete scholarship, and they don't get, you know, do too much. But also, you know, if there was, you know, established good grade point average, SAT scores, that could be scams too. ACTs, and they set it up in a course in a way that only the few can make it, and they raise the bar that high that you have to jump, and they can say how high. And of course, unless you can get in these little programs for the government loans, educational loans, or government where you can fit in, and you have to be female, and you're not going to be dressing up, man ain't going to be dressing up as a woman trying to get these educational loans through their government, and then pay nothing, and for giving loans, of course. Then you have these forbearing loans, the loans that, of course, you're going to pay an arm and a leg if you are have low income, of course, low income. And then, of course, for the socialism, of course, they're going to have the toughest educational loans for them, and it's going to be it's going to be set at a certain amount. The interest will be high, and then of course you're going to be paying and paying and paying for the rest, almost the rest of your life, depending if you have a super job, more or less. And here's one thing I give credit to George W. Bush on. Okay, he knew that the capitalism was taking over. Let me just bring up a little education about capitalism in the U.S. Yes, everything should have been balanced. And of course, in the U.S. it should be institutionalism. But what happened was capitalism wanted to have privatization, schools and everything, and the companies that they can pretty much, you know, you take them on at the ITT. Let's say you ITT, Technical Institute. It's not the same as ITT, who I work for or subcontract under. That both, they should work together. Let me just say that. But after you finish with your education with ITT, they'll try to put you in a job placement, and they need to have a successful rate that you got a job through the ITT so they can receive bonus. You see, it's nothing but a scam in a way also, because they got to do that so they could get paid. Now, if the job market is hard, guess what happens? Here they are. They're going to have them to go out for job leads, but they have to pay for the educational loan. And then the educational loan, thinking that if they can't pay it, then the collection agencies circle around. Matter of fact, I'm going to start right there, and I'm going to show you an example of it next on the LTL, educational news for LTL, editorial news.